We're at this table because of me, Phil.
What are you talking about?
This beat your table.
Phil has an Achilles heel, and it's his ego. He's
Yeah.
going in on it.
A queen on the river. On the river, 7.
Drills 3 5s, drawing to a 5. That's what I love about Phil. He remembers half the hands.
Oh, I had ace 5 suited. I called it raise. You have some issues with the truth, don't you?
I have no issues with the truth. Truth is, I'm gonna whoop you.
All right, my patience is out. I'm gonna have to take you out quickly now.
I doubt it.
You've
Oh, you straighten up your chair?
You've talked.
Oh, no.
If we were playing heads up somewhere else, I could have my headphones on and just ignore all the bull. But now I have to engage and just bust you quickly. You're not smart enough to fold, so.
Oh no, Phil's gonna bring his C game.
The gloves are coming off in this one.
I actually don't think Phil's going to change anything. Let's see.
Sticking with the dark check.
5,000.
Ace high wheel card board here. Hellmuth
Check.
Check.
peeling with this queen 10.
Check.
Person's ace deuce gets counterfeited on the turn. He checks back. Now he fills up on the river.
10,000.
Hellmuth tries
30.
to bet
30,000.
the queen high.
Gotta love this game. Man, he brought his A game today. He's gonna beat me in 20 minutes. Yeah. Start the clock.
You might be one of the most, I will say this, you might be one of the most obnoxious guys I've played in the last few years. $11,000.
Okay. 11,000.
And that's okay. I think you need to be obnoxious to win, maybe. Maybe you don't have the skills, but
I'm gonna win, Phil. We're gonna fast forward to the end. I'm gonna beat you. I'm not sure what you're gonna say.
you have no chance. You've had all those river cards and you're still drawing dead.
Let's put 50,000 on, Phil. You and I, right now.
Is that all you can do? Is offer bets?
Would you like to do 100,000?
Is that all you can do? Offer? Can you play your hand?
I'm
You're burning
asking
my
you.
time, man.
Oh, you just took a leak for 2 minutes. Don't
Yeah.
tell me I'm burning your time.
I asked you before the match
I
if it was
understand.
okay. You said
I
yes.
understand, Phil.
So now you want to call that out on me too, huh?
It's a fact.
I will say, as a gambler, I think
20 more.
offering a bet to bet more here is like a totally reasonable thing to do. You want to bet more right now? I mean, I
Just a
get he
fact,
has a
Phil.
small chip lead, but, you know, Phil just said he has 0 chance to win. I think it's
Good
like,
thing you
great,
got your egg
0
roll.
chance to win. Okay, let's bet 50K more. It's a very reasonable response to that. Phil
It's
acted
always
like it
hard to
wasn't
decipher in
reasonable.
these heads-up matches. What's happened?
You're getting beat. That's what's happening.
You've been lucky a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And don't recognize it. That's okay.
I actually think
I need you to keep.
sometimes,
not
Phil,
recognizing
it's
it.
all bull. But I actually do think Person's run better than him at this point, based on what we can see. I mean, he's made quite a large number of hands. Phil's basically made 1, and he got paid quite handsomely
Check.
on it when he did make the straight.
Hellmuth hits his 9 and checks back on this paired flop.
5,000.
Person hits the 3 and decides to bet it.
Check.
Check.
Now it's jacks up on the
5,000.
river for Hellmuth, who looks to milk 5K off of Person on the end. Just a quarter pot bet.
This would be kind of an interesting spot to see Person maybe bluff raise. I'm pretty sure he's not really in his wheelhouse based on what we've seen so far.
Also somewhat interesting his willingness to fold despite being late 5-1 there with the queen tray. You kind of get the sense that he's a guy that goes, who cares, it's 5K. But
No, he's definitely thinking hard about those decisions, I would say. But the idea of maybe turning that into a bluff raise. I think he has a decent candidate with the queen, above average card on that, blocking the king, queen, queen 8.
Raise 13,000. Call.
Check.
Check.
I think versus that sizing, the 3 he's correctly figured out doesn't rate to win very often.
Check.
Person
Check.
checking back the 4-5 after fanning on the flop. Hellmuth just flatted the ace-jack. And now the delayed c-bet from Person after he picks up the bad side of the gut
Check.
shot.
Fours.
Hits the fours on the river and wait for it.
This is where Phil is going to start getting frustrated because he is just like losing to.
Good check, Phil. Good check. Check your way to victory.
Jesus Christ.
You're running out of chips, Phil. You're going to have to take a stand pretty soon.
How many cards is he going to?
You're running out of chips.
But I do actually kind of like how unrelenting this guy is because it might
Justice.
get to Phil.
You call that justice?
Justice.
All those cards you hit on the river, that's justice?
Justice.
Or someone who's playing badly but getting
Call it
lucky?
justice.
Does he remind you of anybody
Check.
out there in your
Fucking kidding me?
There might be
game
one or two
experience?
people
Yeah.
I played with who were a bit unrelenting.
I
We
checked
might
my
have the
range.
same
Name
person
names.
in mind. I was going to see if you wanted
Okay, I bet 5.
to name names.
5,000.
No, no, I'm good.
Oh, wow, look at this. A check raise from 5 to 15,000 and a show from Person with the 9-4. It's starting to get personal.
You have played before, right? You know it's no limit hold'em? You know what we're playing? Nice
so
check.
obnoxious.
Nice bet out. It was so
I'm
good.
still, at the end, I'm going to shake your hand and say good match when I bust you.
I appreciate
I'm
that.
still going to say that to you.
I
But I
so
mean, what the
appreciate
heck?
that.
I mean, you're so obnoxious. This is crazy.
Coming from you, compliment.
Person's wife, Anna, documenting this moment.
At least if I'm playing a pro, they can say, yeah, I was lucky this hand and that hand. You say, oh, well, I started with, let's go back 13 hands when you did this and I did that. And da, 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 da,
I don't
da.
sound like a farmer. I do not sound like a fucking
sound
farmer.
like that to me.
I don't sound like a farmer to you.
Yeah.
I sound like the man that's going to beat
like
you
that.
right now. That's what I sound like.
Well, if you keep beating me with ace-jack suited against 4-5 drawing dead every
I'm the
hand,
man that's going to end this tourney on you. That's who I am.
Oh,
Check.
check.
I think you're going to give it all to me if you want the truth.
I know. You've been wrong all day long. Why would you not start now?
Ooh,
Check.
This action flop right here.
Yeah, Jack 4 tray rainbow. It's bottom 2 against the open ender.
Call.
Check call of 5,000 from Person.
Check.
Check.
Phil's gonna bet.
10,000.
Yeah. Now will 5-2 raise, or will it just call, trying to make its hand? I mean, a fold here would seem a little crazy. The Person has played very unconventionally.
He is mulling it over here.
Yeah, he just calls.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I am beat here.
Phil doesn't believe that.
Yeah.
Check.
Check.
Speech play. 9 of clubs. Somewhat
So we're gonna
coordinated
go. He's
card.
probably gonna find like what a 25K. I'm gonna go something like that. I think he wants to get called by just like one pair.
It's okay. It's straight draw. I got 4 higher, 3 higher, 5 higher.
No, it was just a
Oh,
fold.
he just folded out
Yeah.
of turn. Yeah.
He
I don't
did.
care if you suit it.
A fold.
I had 2 pair.
No action.
I needed you to have a jack.
No, I had 2, 3, 4, 5.
I know. I flopped 2 pair.
That's what I was trying to decide. If you had 2 pairs, for some reason I called it 10.
Well, the reason is you hit an ace or a 6 and you're going to
Cha-ching.
win a decent pot.
Come on, man.
And these guys are basically even. It's going to be the last match probably.
Depends what scorecard metric we're using, because if it's table talk, I think you got to give the edge to Person by a somewhat wide margin.
I agree.
And Hellmuth is unamused. Person mocking him, needling him, laughing at him. Really, as you mentioned, unrelenting.
It's just kind of incongruous and nonsensical if you're saying how bad the other guy's playing and how you're going to win if you have 20,000 in front of you and the other guy's got 380.
Raise 13,000.
33,000?
Oh, wow. Phil, this is a
33,000.
departure from what he had been doing. He had not been playing aggressively, and this is definitely a hand that's pretty good. So that's a bit of a new move from Phil here. So he might have a pretty good beat on Phil as well, because I've kind of been approaching this from the aspect, okay, so how is Phil playing Persson? But there was a glimpse into how Person's understanding what Phil's doing as well.
16,000.
All in.
All in.
Well, now suddenly Hellmuth looking to ratchet things up as he just piles it in with the ace-queen. A big departure on the heels of having won that pot, and Hellmuth once again in the chip lead.
Yeah, let's see if Phil plays a little more aggressively now or something. Maybe he realizes Persons has him pegged as waiting for a big hand, which is exactly what happened, and then folded. So now is Phil gonna play a bit more aggressive? Let's see. I don't know.
21 total.
I think Phil will peel this.
Oh.
Yep.
Well, Hellmuth's going to be all too happy to play windshield instead of bug.
Check.
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 Jack 10-5 flop, favoring Persson, who's got middle pair. The gutty doesn't come in for Hellmuth
2,000.
after they both check.
Like to see Phil fold this. I don't like peeling here with 9 high and just a gutter.
42,000?
Oh wow.
42,000.
Okay, this is an interesting play. Instead of peeling, so this is what I said. He's ratcheting up his aggression. This is better than calling, in my opinion, but looks like it's not going to work. I don't see a re-raise making much sense here. I mean, he's only catching bluffs, but
10 seconds.
it's only beating bluffs.
Want to raise?
Raise with down.
I mean, it'll get the job done because Phil has
75 more?
nothing. But
75 on top.
Such a bitch, Phil. You such a bitch.
Show your hand if you're going to say stupid stuff. That may be.
Of course it did. But the fact is, you thought I was going to fold. You just
I
bluffed
did.
off at 30 of your chips because you were wrong again. You're going broke today,
What do you
Phil.
think I had when I bet 72,000, big shot?
I think you had me beat.
I feel as though that moment there may have been the one that crossed the line.
That's
got-
where you get drawn dead.
You got no shot today.
yeah, that was
You had the
just
wrong draw.
extremely disrespectful.
Yeah.
So
You're in way over your
Won't
skis.
be long now.
You're in way over your skis right now.
I'm going to raise you with a full house, and you're going to move in with a pair.
You're
It's
in
going to be
way-
embarrassing, except you're
For
an
you.
amateur. That's what you got to do.
I will say this
Embarrassing
though.
for you. You're in way over your skis right now, kid.
Boundless condescension.
Phil has given boundless condescension and disrespect to people over the years. Now he hasn't done
You're
it to
winning every
Persson.
hand. 4 in a row. I just fold, fold, fold. It's easy. You're just going to whittle me down. I've never thought of that. I'll tell you one thing. If you'll listen, are you going to listen? You don't want to listen. All right, I won't say it. Anytime you think you're running a great player over,
Where's the great player, Phil?
Oh shoot.
You wouldn't last a week in our game we play. You wouldn't last a week.
your game. I beat everybody in the world for
Bull-
5
You
years.
haven't been there one day at the Bellagio. What the are you talking about? You can lie to everybody. You can't lie to me because we're
What
there.
are you talking about?
We play.
You
the
play a
big
little
game,
10, 20, 40 game
10,
at
20?
Bellagio?
Is that what we play?
I don't know what you play.
Full
What
of
are you
man.
talking about?
You're so full.
Seconds. 16 total.
Phil, by the way, we
I've
just
seen you
played
one
a,
time. Came play a mixed game. One time.
You don't think I can beat the Bellagio game? Then put your money where your mouth is.
Happily.
Okay, I bet you $1 million I can win over. What? Just name the number of sessions.
You're first.
You want to talk money? Put the million up.
I put $1 million up. You want to play heads up for $1 million?
10,000.
Is that what you want to do?
Call.
I play you all day long.
Did you hear what I said?
You said some random thing about a random number of sessions. It really wasn't all that defined.
15,000.
Persson has Phil tilting.
This
and
is where you
not even
raised me
playing
last
that
time.
well anymore. Like I don't even know
See
what
if you
Phil's
got the-
doing.
Guts to do it again.
I wouldn't raise you here, Phil. I have the best hand. I need you to bluff off the river.
Okay.
I mean, he's playing Phil like a fiddle right now. It's really strong.
Check.
King high.
Checks down.
Like I said, bitch.
Oh my God.
Why would I raise you there?
You're so stupid. You think your little 10, 20, 40 game at the Bellagio means something.
I don't play 10, 20, 40, Phil.
Whatever you play, you're so ridiculous.
You're going broke, Phil. You got about a third of your chips right now.
Put your money where your mouth is. I bet you $1 million I go beat your little Bellagio game.
Over what
then
period
shut
of time?
up. I
Over
mean,
what
just-
period of time? I'm happy to play with
don't
you
know.
for $1
We
million. Look at me. I'm happy to play you for $1 million. I'll take your money.
You and I will play. You and I will
You're
play.
a fish.
You and I will
Phil,
play.
you're so far over your head right now, you have no idea. You're in the wrong game.
Check.
You're going
You're going to do some idiot
I'm going to bust
move.
you right here.
You're going to
I'm
do
gonna
some
bust you
idiot
right here.
move.
You're going to whine about it, and you're going to go broke. I check.
Check.
You know what Persson is? He's like
6,000.
an amalgam. He's like every person that Phil's berated over his career combined into one person to take revenge on him right now on TV. And he's doing a good job. I mean, he's starting to really control this match.
For
You
those
couldn't even
guys,
beat a 10-20 game. The truth is,
he's vindication
you have
incarnate.
no shot.
You're obnoxious, aren't you? Money where your mouth is.
I already said I would, Bill.
Okay, so I'll play 40 sessions over in your game, and all I got to do is win, right? And
No,
I'll
no, you got
crush
to
the game.
You got to win more than me.
What does that have to do with you and me? Are you you're some kind of crazy maniac?
Oh my God.
Well, you might be tempted to think that about Eric Persson, but this is a man who actually holds
You and I will play. We will play a bunch of heads up. We'll get each other's number.
5
You can
degrees.
come over and we'll play at the Aria or the Bellagio, or you can come to my house. We can play.
Intern for former U.S. Senator
Yeah,
Richard
you're going
Bryan
broke
from
today.
Nevada. And in the
thing's almost
crimes
over.
against women and children unit of the DA's office. And as I mentioned earlier, went to Georgetown Law before getting involved in the gaming industry. So
Call.
Check.
Check.
while he may not be in a three-piece suit, this is a man who
Check.
has
I
professional
wonder what you do if you
accolades.
don't hit that deuce in that hand.
12,000.
Wow. Person's a little dialed in here.
Very
All
dialed
the
in.
cards you hit, and you're still going to come up short.
Folds the deuces to
Bill,
the threes.
you have no chance today.
Jesus. Tell the guys in the that I got to have my headphones.
You have no chance today, Phil. Look at me. You have no chance. You're going broke today, Phil.
I mean,
That won't save you. Headphones will not save you.
I feel like Phil had a little
I'm not
bit of
sure what to
control
say
of this early, but
Well, don't worry. You don't know how to slow down. You're just going to raise every button.
I don't know how to slow down.
Yeah, you're not a slower downer.
That's nice.
16,000.
You know how to fold.
Person's been in control of this match in
Yeah,
the
I
last
can still
20,
hear
30
the
minutes
headphones
and just
don't
been
help.
crushing.
Yeah.
Perfect laydowns, perfect not laying it down.
He thinks he is.
Got
but
Phil
I've heard a
flustered.
better show than him from Mike Madison and a bunch of other guys for years. He thinks he is, but he is embarrassing himself on television.
Better part of 2 decades I've been calling
14.
poker.
14,000.
And I've called a lot of Phil's matches. And not since Corey Zeidman was on Poker After Dark with Phil have I borne witness to an assault like the one that we're seeing here.
Oh, did Corey
Okay,
go after
come to
him?
Papa.
Corey Zeidman?
Just got
I'm
under
gonna
his
just raise
skin.
you now with
Oh,
the
yeah.
nuts in a minute, and you're just going to move in with second pair again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna bleed you to
75,000
death,
more,
Phil.
Phil.
Nick.
75,000 more.
Nick.
16,000.
42,000.
42,000.
Oh, the dirty diaper. Phil is putting in an aggressively large amount of his chips here with
This is
nothing.
absurd. This is completely absurd. I mean, this may be case in point that the wheels are off for
I
Hellmuth
mean-
here. He wants to roll this one over.
He does.
Oh, I'm so shocked that he didn't. I thought he really wanted to stick this one.
Let's bust you one hand at a time. One hand at a time. Little paper cut.
Son, I have a lot of
I'm
paper
not your
cuts.
boy.
I have a lot of paper cuts, and I just keep winning these matches one after
You're
another.
not going to win this match.
So you've said 100 times.
And so I'll show you. Once.
It won't be long now.
dude's got some
I'm gonna
lip,
raise you on
man.
the turn, and you're gonna just donk it off.
Yeah. That's what's going to happen.
You can't help it.
If you don't make that straight, you're broke
You're gonna
right
just
now.
give me all the money with like king, queen, or something.
You don't make it straight with your 10 queen.
You almost
you're
gave it
broke.
to me with queen jack.
Oh, Phil. You'll be broke soon enough.
16,000. Call.
Check.
Check back.
Well, look no further than the King of Diamonds or
Check.
the 8 of
Check.
Spades if you want to run a 23andMe test
Check.
after this
Check.
Check.
match is over. On the heels of Hellmuth
15,000.
getting a taste of his left index finger. Has the straight here. Gets through the ace high.
Person's been making the correct decision post-flop on these rivers and whatever quite a bit.
I will tell you this.
Turns and
You were the
rivers.
last person I wanted to play today because it's like, it's so obnoxious.
You didn't know how
play a better
obnoxious.
play than, I'd much rather play a player that's much better than you that's not going to be so obnoxious.
You didn't even know how obnoxious I was till you played me today.
I know. And now I'm saying it.
I'm the one that's going to beat you. That's what's happening right now. You're getting beat. I check.
Check.
What is wrong with you? You some kind of sicko? You just think by saying stuff out loud over and over it's going to happen? That's how you run your life? I use that trick too. I think you're drawing dead. You have this chip that looks like you have the lead.
I check.
Check. Check.
Hellmuth has hit an 8 here. Person flops second pair, now picks up the gutty to go with it. Best hand.
Okay.
Bets 10 and gets called.
I check.
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 Checks down. Very nice.
What, are you going to make fun of the way I fold too? What's wrong with you, bro?
Let's go.
You could be a narcissist.
I
The
could
way
be.
you're acting. Could be. Only a narcissist is that unaware of what's happening around them. A true narcissist.
16,000.
Well, some armchair psychology by Mr. Hellmuth.
Well, he is married to
Check.
Check dark.
psychologist.
Check.
Check.
Psychiatrist, rather. His wife, Catherine. Correction.
Oh, here the lean back.
Oh my goodness. Quad kings for Person, putting on the real theatrics here. And this ace-9 is a lot of hand heads up.
Oh no, don't raise here. Don't do the act and then raise. Just call, man, and then just bet the river or something. No, okay.
5 session return.
But it's still too much acting.
Yeah, I think Hellmuth checks.
14.
Oh,
14,000.
bait.
I mean, he's really laying it on thick. Okay.
I mean, at this point, there is a absolute correlation between hand strength and.
Listen, this
But
amount
he's
of studying
overdoing
and then
it to the
raising
point. He's overdoing it to the point that I think it's like with the intention of
I want to
being
give you this.
really blatant.
I'm going to raise.
I mean, come on. How has anyone this struggled and then
Come on.
raises you?
Raise all in.
There you go.
Cooler after cooler as you hem and haw and let me know you have a king. It's so sick.
Is that what I have? A king?
Cooler after cooler. Thank God for all the amateur hemming and hawing.
Yeah. Thank
Wow,
God.
another cooler.
Blinds are up 4-8 and 8.
You would have busted some people with all that acting. You threw the time extension in early. It's actually humorous if I wasn't getting so unlucky every man.
Dip, 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 dip.
8's a call.
You're almost dead, Phil. You're almost broke. You're going to have to take a stand in a second. I think anything like queen 8 or higher, you should think about shoving.
Man,
Otherwise, you're going to go out
Can you
like
just
a
shut the
little,
up?
like a little bitch.
Paul, can I get some protection? Like in a normal tournament, the obnoxious guy would be, they'd give him a
Listen
penalty.
to Phil.
No, call him
Phil
over. I
must
need to-
know what happens to the
Paul,
obnoxious guy.
I'm asking for some protection.
All right.
Come over, Paul. I'm asked you to come
Okay.
up. Will you please come up? This guy's been completely out of line for like an hour. I'm really getting sick of it. In any other tournament in the planet, I don't have to put up with this bullshit. They just kick the guy out or give him a penalty. He needs to be warned for a penalty because I've had enough of this bullshit. It's just so obnoxious. I don't even want to be here playing this event with a guy like this. It's ridiculous. Bring me a great player or someone like a great businessman who's a nice guy, not this bullshit.
All right, I'm seeing it.
He needs to have a warning.
I'm giving him a warning. It's been.
He should have a warning.
And by the
too,
way, it's more
to
than
be
fair. Oh, you want to try to get me a warning?
And listen to him.
You got your warning.
Play your hand.
So you have to reciprocate.
Call.
I mean, it's, a
Ridiculous.
lot of the
I haven't
talking
put up
has
with
been
this
back
much
and
abuse,
forth.
ever.
I'll be
You just
frank,
keep ramming?
my opinion,
How does
having
this
watched
work?
this, is the biggest
Paul.
thing that's out of line was the double middle fingers.
Agreed.
Beyond
Will you come
that,
up, Paul?
they've both been jousting, both been talking. A
That's
lot
it.
of the engagement from Persson happened because
8,000 in
Hellmuth
the
was
dark.
saying things to him.
Hellmuth binks the queen as Persson turns an open ender. Limp pot pre, both players check the flop.
Oh.
8 dimes ahead, and now on the river, Persson has made the straight.
35,000.
Wow, he got there again. This is crazy. I mean, it's just bad enough he just keeps outdrawing me every hand. Do I get a 10 or something? This is ridiculous.
Hellmuth down to just 52,000.
Now you can speak up, because now we're going to give you a penalty, and you're
6
going to
big
ante
blinds.
off like 100,000 while you're gone.
Can't ask for a warning and then
This is me? This is me? You already gave the guy a warning.
Phil can't help himself, man.
Don't try to turn this into me.
You've been the only one talking.
This is just ridiculous. I mean, I've just
Since the warning was
Yeah.
issued.
Since the warning. But I mean, listen, before they were both doing a lot of talking. To be fair, Phil didn't mind until Persson started whooping his butt in the poker, which he did. Now,
you tried
there
the
was
World
involved,
Series of
but some
Poker.
good
If you're at
play.
my table, you will get kicked out so fast, it'll be sick.
Does he just get to do that?
Oh, you want to complain about me, huh?
I'm asking the question.
You want to complain about me? Fucking mother asshole.
See that?
Won't shut the up.
that's a warning for you. You can't again. You both have a warning.
Now both players have a warning.
You gave me a warning. You gave me a warning, Paul.
Things are getting ugly out here,
Yeah.
Rust.
Well, I mean, really, the double middle fingers should have gotten an instant penalty, not even a warning.
Oddly enough, Phil didn't call for Paul at that
Yeah.
point, which
That was
I really
way
think would
over
be
the line.
well within his right to have done.
Of course, that was way over the line.
What do you think? It's so funny, huh?
This is a humorous match, though. Oh my God! Now he has aces. I need to.
All in.
I call.
Oh my God.
Let's go.
Oh, nice hand.
Hellmuth
I mean, I have four
Well,
big
it's king
blinds.
three
I have a
against
king.
aces.
He has aces.
jams
He has
it.
2 suits.
Actually, he only has one suit, but.
I'll tell you right now, I won't play another event, heads-up championship, if this man's in the field. So I'm just going to tell you guys. Or I need better protection, and I know we'll talk about it, but
Well, here is the moment. And Phil Hellmuth is about as big a dog as you can be pre-flop and hold him. 89 to 11%.
you got to me, buddy. Congratulations.
I just got in with the best, didn't I?
Yeah, your strategy worked. I'm being an asshole to Phil.
Queen 7 deuce rainbow, and now Hellmuth just 2%. Needs 2 runners.
Not going to be any love lost between these guys.
It's over.
There it is.
Eric Persson